Hello and welcome to ThePrint. This is Prabhagar Tamilarasu from the Print's Chennai Bureau. In today's episode, I'm going to explain about the recent controversy surrounding Isha Yoga Centre in Coimbatore. On Monday, Madras High Court was hearing a petition filed by S. Kamaraj, a retired professor from Coimbatore. Kamaraj, in his petition, had alleged that two of his daughters were forcefully asked to take up monkhood at Isha Yoga Centre in Coimbatore. However, the two women appeared before the Madras High Court and told the court that they have taken up monkhood not because of any compulsion or forceful, but on their own will. Despite hearing the reaction from the two women, the court observed that how come Jackie Vasev, the founder of Isha Yoga Centre, who has got his daughter married and ensured that she is settled, would encourage girls to take up monkhood at his yoga center. Subsequently, the court had also ordered the Coimbatore District Police to inquire the criminal cases pending against Isha Yoga Centre and file a complete report on October 4th. Soon after the Madras High Court order, about 150 police personnel along with the revenue officials and officials from the Social Welfare Department and Child Protection officials enquired at the Isha Yoga Centre for straight 2 days from the people who have taken up monkhood at the Isha Yoga Centre, children studying in the centres, and people residing in the Isha ashram inside the Isha Yoga Centre in Coimbatore. During the inquiry, according to sources, it is confirmed that they have asked at least 30 questions from the inmates of the hostel in the Isha Yoga Centre, asking if they were actually living with their own will or if they were forced to take up the monkhood at the centre, and how come they came to know about the Isha Yoga Centre, and how come they came to know about the volunteering activities at the Isha Yoga Centre, and other questions. However, just a day before the Tamil Nadu police was supposed to file a report before the Madras High Court, there was a mentioning of this case before the Supreme Court in Delhi. On Thursday, the Supreme Court transferred the case to itself from the Madras High Court and asked the Tamil Nadu police to file the report to the Supreme Court instead of filing it before the Madras High Court. So this is the recent controversy that is surrounding Isha Yoga Centre. However, this is not the first time that Isha Yoga Centre has come under criticism or controversy in the recent years. Before getting into the series of controversies surrounding Isha Yoga Centre, first let us look at how it got into Tamil Nadu and what is the long history of Isha Yoga Centre in the state. It was sometime in 1994 that Jackie Vasev alias Sadhguru managed to find a place to teach yoga to the people in and around the region. He managed to choose a place on the Bolomati village Panchayat on the foothills of Vellingiri Hills in the Western Ghats. In 1994, started at a shelter, temporary shelter. He was teaching yoga to the people in the villages and were teaching them meditation to find peace. It was only in 2004 Isha came out with its first environmental project, Project Green Hands. It is an environmental activity project that was founded by the Isha Yoga Foundation. The Project Green Plan was encouraging people on agroforestry and planting saplings across the shores of rivers, and it was also encouraging the farmers to plant trees on the shores of rivers wherever they are. Under the Project Green Plan, Isha Yoga Foundation also came up with a series of environmental initiatives including Rally for Rivers, Kaveri Calling, and the recent one, Save Soils. Under the Rally for Rivers project, the founder of Isha Yoga Foundation, Jackie Vasev, have travelled across the country encouraging and creating awareness to save the rivers in and around their place and to rejuvenate the rivers. On behalf of this project, they have also submitted a proposal before the Union Ministry, and the Union Ministry has also sanctioned about rupees 17,000 crores to rejuvenate the rivers across the country. When asked about what is the connection between a yoga center that speaks about devotion, meditation, and doing yoga activities, and at the same time doing environmental activity to save water and soil, spokesperson of the Isha Yoga Center said they cannot go and preach a farmer in a region to do yoga and meditation when he cannot have fresh air to breathe and fresh water to drink. So they said it is also part of their activity to save the nature and the society. In regard to this recent controversy, the print also managed to speak to a number of volunteers who have been working in the Isha Yoga Center for a long time. At Isha Yoga Center, there are different categories of volunteers who are associated with it. There are three types, like minimum of three types, where one is full-time volunteers, another one is part-time volunteers. Among these full-time and part-time volunteers, people could choose to become a brahmachari or choose to become a monkhood after years. That is, from the people to whom the print managed to speak to, it is understood that minimum of 5 to 6 years people take to take up monkhood in their at Isha Yoga Centre. However, Manikandan, who has been associated with the Isha Yoga Centre for more than 20 years, says that the people at Isha Yoga Centre wouldn't allow or accept the volunteers taking up monkhood without fully understanding about them and without fully realizing that if they are really ready for to take up monkhood. In fact, Manikandan also says that Isha Yoga Center or the volunteers there never encourages or discourages people to take up monkhood or to get married. In fact, Manikandan himself has got married to a woman whom he happened to meet at a yoga session a couple of years ago. So how many volunteers are there at Isha Foundation? So according to the spokesperson at Isha Foundation, there are about 17 million volunteers across the world who have been supporting the Isha Yoga Center. So of the 17 million people, how many of them would have taken brahmacharya? So going by the data or going by the statistics given by the spokesperson at the Isha Yoga Center, there are only 217 people who have taken up brahmachari, including 145 men. Across the country, Isha Yoga Center have at least 300 centers, including the 5 major centers, one at Coimbatore, one at Bangalore, one at Delhi, and 2 at United States of America. The first time the Yoga Institute came under criticism was sometime between 2013 and 14, when one of the advocate and activist, Vetrichelvan, associated with the Poovulagin Nanbarkulu, filed a petition before the Madras High Court that the Isha Yoga Center has been allegedly having constructed illegally without the permission of the authorities in the district administration. The Madras High Court, though ordered to demolish the illegal constructions, then later it was stayed by the same Madras High Court based on a review petition filed by the Isha Yoga Center. And subsequently, since then, there have been cases and counter cases in regard to this alleged illegal construction of buildings by the Isha Yoga Center. And it was only in 2018 there was a open document by the CAG that the Isha Yoga Foundation has constructed illegally, and it has applied for approval after 3 years after construction of the building. However, Isha Yoga Foundation has completely denied the claims and have stated that that the construction of buildings inside the campus was all legal and they have got all the necessary approvals for the buildings that have been constructed inside the Isha Yoga premises. Apart from the controversy, Isha Yoga Center has also had the color of BJP since the founder of Isha Yoga Center, Jaggi Vasdev, had most of the time stored the lines of the BJP stance. Recently, just before the 2021 assembly polls in Tamil Nadu, Jaggi Vasdev had tweeted that he wanted to free temples from the clutches of the government and it was to be given to the Hindu devotees. However, this has been in stark contrast with the Tamil Nadu ruling party DMK's policy that temple has to be managed by the government. But it was in line with the stance that is being taken by the BJP for a long time. So this became the point of controversy between the Jaggi Vasdev and the ruling Dravida Munnetra Kalagam. After coming to power in May 2021, the minister PTR Palanivel Tyagarajan, in his interview to Hindu, stated that Jaggi Vasdev was a publicity hound who was encouraging to free temples from the clutches of Tamil Nadu government. Tamil Nadu government has a long history of maintaining temple, and when asked about this, DMK spokesperson Ilangovan said that they do not want the temple to be the place for the wicked and they want to maintain the temple to make it free from corruption. When the prince spoke to the BJP's Vice President Narayanan Tirupati, he observed that from the last 3 years that Isha Yoga Center is being targeted by the DMK just because they are not in line with the ideology of the ruling party. He also said that the ruling government has to learn a lesson from the recent Supreme Court order that it shouldn't interfere in the religious places or the religious activities of the people in the state. Recently, the Supreme Court has restrained the Tamil Nadu police from entering the Isha Yoga Center and continuing inquiry. However, it had ordered the Tamil Nadu police to submit the report before the Supreme Court instead of filing it before the Madras High Court.